Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back to the FSS Football channel. And today we are back with another preview for the Manchester United versus Young Boys game. Now before we get into the preview, unfortunately there will be no watch long for this game. However, of course, kickoff is at 8 PM, so feel free to watch it. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do a watch long for it. However, going into the preview, Manchester United, of course, coming to this game already having qualified for the knockout round, and I'm already finished in top of our group, having beaten Villarreal twice, meaning they cannot overtake us due to the head-to-head rule in the Champions League, which is obviously the first way they sort the group if the points are level. Of course, Atalanta with only 6, even if they beat Villarreal, they can only get 9. So we have already qualified in first place. Young Boys, they come to this game bottom of the Champions League group and in need of a win to give them hope of playing Europa League football come the turn of the year. Of course, for Atalanta to come bottom, Villarreal will need to win their game against Atalanta, and Young Boys would of course have to beat Man United, or us today, for them to get into Europa League football. That being said, do I think it's going to happen? I don't. I mean, I don't know, that's controversial either. Although, look, Young Boys, they beat us last time, didn't they? Obviously, they beat us 2-1 at their place. Cristiano Ronaldo scored that early goal, but Wan-Bissaka's red card really turned the game. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer went defensive, and we were just a mess. We let Young Boys play all over us, and it was a Jesse Lingard awful back pass in the 90th minute that cost us, in the end, 2 points. And is what really gives Young Boys hope coming into this game. Atalanta and Young Boys drew their last game. Well, Young Boys drew against Atalanta in their last game 3-3. So a bit of hope coming into this game, especially with Manchester United already being through. We are going to rotate, and we know that for a fact. Ralf Rangnick has already said we are going to rotate in this game. So with a rotated side, Young Boys having beaten us prior to them coming to this game having drawn 3-3 with Atalanta, there's all the chances that Young Boys could get something in this game. However, I don't think they will. Manchester United, we obviously played Crystal Palace in our last game, and I thought we were fantastic, especially in that opening half hour. We were unbelievably good, and it was it was a miles better performance than we've seen all season long. And I expect more of the same from Ralf Rangnick's boys. I think we're going to win the game. If we're looking at team news, we know Rafael Varane, Cavani, Luke Shaw and Jesse Lingard have all been in training, having obviously missed the Crystal Palace game. Pogba, we know, is still out. And Anthony Martial, we've got a little bit more news on his injury. It's just his knee injury that he picked up at the back end of last season playing for France. It's just kind of a little knock or niggles come back from it. So it looks like he never really recovered from that, and he was forced back early, like we see from Rashford and Lindelof and Maguire and so on under Ole. So I'm fine with Martial being out. Let's just hope he gets back fully fit before being brought back into the team. Further news on the team before we get into the lineups. Ralf Rangnick has already confirmed that Donny van der Beek and Dean Henderson will be starting the game. And he's also said that Nemanja Matic will be captain for this game, meaning he will also start. With all that being said, this is the team I think Ralf Rangnick will play, and I can give you fairly good reasons. So obviously, like we said, Dean Henderson is playing because Ralf Rangnick has already confirmed it. I think he'll bring Wan-Bissaka and give him a game. Obviously, come back from injury, didn't play against Crystal Palace. I think he'll be given a run out here today, as it's clear we're going to be rotating. And if Dallow's going to be the number one for at least the time being, it makes sense for Wan-Bissaka to come into this game. I think we're going to see centre-backs of Lindelof and Bailly. Why is that? Well, if Matic is captain, that would mean Maguire's not playing. If Maguire's not playing, Ronaldo's probably not going to play. And Bruno, because they're going to be the vice-captain and probably vice-captain. So, for me, none of them can be playing. So that's why none of them feature in the team sheet. I also think Rashford would probably get captain's armband before Nemanja Matic. So the fact Matic has got it means, for me, Marcus Rashford ain't going to play. So that, for me, means we're going to see Telles at left back. I'm not quite sure how fit Luke Shaw is, so I haven't put him in the team. If Luke Shaw is fit, I see him being put in at left back. I think we're going to see Fred and Nemanja Matic. Obviously, like we said, we know Matic will play because he is captain. I think he'll be partnered with Fred. We could see potentially Donny van der Beek come into that central role alongside Nemanja Matic and probably playing Amad on the wing. But I think he will go with Donny van der Beek on that kind of wide left or wide right role, kind of playing that role that Bruno Fernandes did against Crystal Palace. I think we'll then see Jesse Lingard playing alongside Donny van der Beek in what the role Jadon Sancho played. And I think as a front two, I think we'll see Edinson Cavani and Mason Greenwood. Now, if we're looking at my team is pretty much identical, really. However, I've actually gone with that double pivot of Nemanja Matic and Donny van der Beek. I think it works. I think Donny van der Beek can do the pressing that Fred can, that McTominay does, and he's just a much better passer. I think he could work in that double pivot role, especially alongside Nemanja Matic. I think that then allows us to play Amad and Jesse Lingard, get them both minutes. And I think Amad has looked very good at the end of last season when we played him during pre-season. And I want to see some more of Amad this season, and I hope this is an opportunity to see more of Amad, because I think he can and is a quality player and can go to the very, very top. Then up top, I've gone for the same front two, Greenwood and Cavani. Like I said, Martial's not going to be here. I think with Nemanja Matic being captain, that would suggest both Marcus Rashford and Cristiano Ronaldo aren't going to play today. Also, look, we're qualified. Ronaldo probably can't play every single game. So, in a game where he's not needed at all, really, why would you play him? So, I think it makes sense for Ronaldo to be rested in this game. And naturally, you put Greenwood and you put Cavani in there. Especially if Cavani is fully fit, get him more minutes, especially with Anthony Martial out. Of course, what we could see is maybe you see Fred go back in alongside Matic, Van der Beek go where Amad is, and then maybe Amad goes up top with a Greenwood, maybe a change in formation. Who knows? But I would go for that team. I think that team is strong. I think it offers what we want, what Ralf Rangnick wants to see, and it gives us an opportunity to rest every first team player aside from Telles, who we don't have a backup for. So for me, that would be my lineup. And then just finally on the game, I think it's a really interesting game, to be honest. If you're looking at it, both teams will feel like they can win it. Manchester United, of course, we should win it, and I think we will, like I keep saying. But Young Boys are going to be up for it. They need a win to get Europa League football. While Manchester United, we wouldn't want Europa League football. For a club like Young Boys, Europa League football is a big, big achievement for them. And they will feel like that's what they will want. And that's what they kind of aimed for when they came into this group alongside Atalanta, obviously Man United and Villarreal. So that is their aim. They've beat us before. And that little bit of hope we'll see them come at us a little bit. Obviously, they got very lucky that we got that man sent off in the first game against them. That Ollie went defensive and just had a mare with it all. It's not going to be that easy for Atalanta, for Young Boys. At least I hope it's not, and we're not going to make it that easy. But I still think Young Boys will have a go. But I think we're going to beat them, aren't we? And I think we need to get 2 wins in a row under Ralf. Sets us up perfectly for, I believe it's Norwich, is it? On the weekend. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Manchester United win. Now, of course, like I said, unfortunately, there is no watch along for this game. However, please do get in the comments down below and let me know your predictions for this game. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. In a bit. Peace.